right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Well, we kick things off with a look at the weather. Get ready for a cool down all across the bi-state as that cold front is set to move through overnight. Good evening, I'm Brent Solomon. Kelly Jackson is off tonight. That system is also expected to bring some rain to the area. Chief Meteorologist Scott Cano kicking things off with the top of the 10. Good evening, Scott.
Good evening, Brent. You know, we have seen a bit of rain around St. Louis, not that much in the metro area. And the stronger showers and thunderstorms with downpours and even some decent lightning, that's out over parts of mid-Missouri and the Ozarks. And that looks to stay to the west and northwest of St. Louis as we head through this evening. Just looking around town right now, most of what we had from earlier has moved away. There have been a couple of little brief sprinkles drifting over the metro, and that's about it. They've slid into Madison County, and what we had earlier with those scattered showers, again, not producing a whole lot, that's all moved into central portions of Illinois. Here are the stronger showers and thunderstorms moving into Columbia, but they're still west of Jefferson City, down towards Lake of the Ozarks. You have some more up over north central portions of Missouri. All of this sliding off to the north and northeast, and just a few raindrops earlier this evening over at Worldwide Technology Raceway. The bigger story, we're not getting a lot of rain out of this in St. Louis for sure, but look back to the west. Out in Nebraska, western Kansas, temperatures are tanking right now. We have a one-day cold snap, but we're in the process of seeing that cold air move in tomorrow. We'll see in a few minutes. We'll break down just how cold we get and how long it lasts. Brett? All right.
Sounds good. Let's remind folks that they can get the Weather First forecast 24/7. Text the word weather to 314-425-5355. New tonight, nurses at St. Louis University Hospital are setting the stage to strike if need be. 5 on your side's Robert Townsend has the very latest on those nurses' ongoing battle with the hospital.
For the past 7 months, St. Louis University Hospital nurses have been in contract negotiations with the hospital. Friday, the union representing the nurses announced nurses voted to authorize its bargaining team to call for a second strike if management fails to resolve key issues. The RNs held a one-day strike in September and informational picket in July to protest what they call the staffing crisis at the hospital and to highlight their concerns about patient safety. The nurses union says the outsourcing of RN positions is a main sticking point. According to the union, SSM Health is outsourcing nurse jobs instead of hiring full-time union staff nurses who are invested in the community. SSM Health responded saying it's disappointed with the authorization of a second nurses strike. This only further delays both parties being able to get back to the bargaining table to reach a strong market competitive contract for our valued nurses. The nurses union says it will give a 10-day notice to the hospital if the nurses call for a strike. Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
All right, Robert, thanks. Tonight, an attempted carjacking thwarted by a 70-year-old victim. Now, 2 men are facing multiple charges. Police say Marlon Hemphill and Michael Williams stole a car in Florissant Monday. While trying to escape from officers, the car crashed. It became disabled on West Florissant Avenue. Williams was arrested. Hemphill ran to a nearby gas station. And that's where police say he tried to carjack a 70-year-old man. But the victim pulled Hemphill out of his car. Hemphill was soon arrested. Tonight, a proposal by Missouri lawmakers could punish women who have an abortion. The legislation would allow homicide charges for women who get abortions. Republicans in both the House and Senate introduced bills that they say are on behalf of the unborn child. The bills would offer exceptions if the woman aborts after being coerced or threatened, or if the woman's life is in danger. It's deadline day for Missouri to finish felony marijuana expungements. It means people with a felony offense for using marijuana should be legally forgiven. It's part of Amendment 3, which passed last year, legalizing recreational marijuana use. Clerks reviewed thousands of cases by hand to clear these charges in cases that qualify. Well, next week, the Illinois General Assembly will review a proposal by state police on rules for enforcing the assault weapons ban. People who own an assault weapon in Illinois have until January to register their weapon. Critics of this new law say the rules are just too restrictive. Supporters say while they are happy with the ban, they wish the law was more expansive. Tonight, a St. Louis pastor demanding change in his neighborhood. His church has been hit by several speeding drivers, damaging not only the sanctuary but the street lights around it. 5 on Your Side first met Pastor Anthony Robinson back in September when Greater St. Luke Baptist Church had been hit by a reckless driver. Well, he spent the past 3 months asking the city to replace the broken lights. He hasn't gotten anywhere. Pastor Robinson has now moved some church activities as a result.
It just seems to be this community has been hit multiple times with excuses of why we can improve this community and make sure that at least it's safe. Even if we've not upgraded the things that maybe other communities have, at least make sure it's safe. At least make sure it's lit up so that when everyone comes up and down Broadway, they can at least see clearly.
5 on Your Side reached out to Robinson's alderperson, but we haven't heard back just yet. Tonight, pressure is mounting on St. Louis police to show the public their spy tools. This morning, the Board of Aldermen unveiled a new proposal to increase oversight of police surveillance technology. While law enforcement can use HD video to build evidence and close cases, some aldermen argue that the public would buy into that system if they knew more about it.
There's a lot of distrust when it comes to certain communities and law enforcement. Yes, we want to make sure our streets are safe, but we also don't want to over-police our communities.
Now, police tell 5 on Your Side surveillance cameras and real-time access to those cameras are vitally important to law enforcement operations, especially at a time when we are seeing staffing shortages in departments all across the country, including here locally. Tonight, a bill that would freeze property taxes for seniors in St. Louis is now awaiting the mayor's signature. The Board of Aldermen approved the plan this morning. You'll have to be 62 or older to qualify and in a home worth $500,000 or less. There are a few catches, though. For example, the city is scheduled to reassess the value of your home come 2025, so that freeze won't protect you from a hike for a year or two. And other taxing districts like the zoo, museums, or schools, they still can raise taxes. Snow globes are a great souvenir from a trip or a way to share a memory. Well, tonight, Verify's Brandon Lewis looks into a viral claim that they could be harmful to your pets.
This time of year, snow can make the holidays feel magical. And for those of you in warmer climates, a snow globe might be the closest you get to a white Christmas. One Facebook post that was shared more than 60,000 times warns that some snow globes are dangerous to pets because they contain antifreeze. It tells the story of 2 dogs who were attracted to the liquid from a broken snow globe because it was sweet and later died. So let's verify. Do some snow globes contain a toxic chemical used in antifreeze? Our sources are poison control centers in D.C. and New England, the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, and BCA Animal Hospitals. Snow globes are shipped to souvenir stores around the world, and to prevent them from freezing in transit, our sources say some manufacturers add chemicals that are commonly used in antifreeze. The most toxic antifreeze chemical is ethylene glycol, which can be deadly to pets and humans if the snow globe were to break and the liquid is ingested. It's often difficult to know what's inside a snow globe before purchasing, although some do list ingredients on the labels. So, yes, some snow globes do contain a toxic chemical used in antifreeze. Our sources warn ethylene glycol has a sweet taste which can attract pets. If you think someone or a pet has ingested it, you should seek immediate medical treatment. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
And if there's something you'd like us to verify for you, reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, or email verify@ksdk.com. Some big-time recognition for Silver Dollar City, the competition that finds the Branson theme park beating out Disney and even Universal Studios. Well, USA Today is recognizing Silver Dollar City. It's an old-time Christmas, was named America's best theme park holiday event. It's the 6th win for the Branson theme park, which beat out other parks like Disney and even Universal Studios. An old-time Christmas features over 6.5 million lights, 2 Broadway-style Christmas shows, and more. This holiday season, 5 on Your Side is teaming up with the Foster and Adoptive Care Coalition to provide gifts to area kids impacted by foster care. and we still have about 1,500 little wishes to grant by December 20th. Go to ksdk.com/littlewishes to buy a gift. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joining us now with your weather first forecast. I think I recall you mentioning some possible rain and even some colder temperatures.
Yeah, you know, the rain is not going to be that much for most of us. In fact, most of us don't get a lot if we see any. Some of us won't. We're in a drought, and when you're in a drought, it's sometimes hard to get rain. But it's also one of those times where usually when we're in a drought, we have milder temperatures. That's the case today. We are looking at temperatures that soared back into the lower 60s, even without that much sunshine today. We're still at 57. Notice, though, the colder air coming in out to the west. Those colder temperatures are going to be pushing east. And ahead of that front, we do have showers and even some thunderstorms over parts of mid-Missouri. More storms are developing down across parts of Arkansas tonight. But all of that should be staying basically eluding our area and excluding St. Louis from the substantial rainfall. You do have showers and some rumbles of thunder here from Eldon up to the west of Jefferson City and just to the east of Columbia right now. Just tracking this off towards the northeast, the better shot at seeing showers and thunderstorms that amount to anything will be to the north and west of the metro area. Maybe Warrenton up to Troy, up to Hardin, but around the metro, what you've seen is almost about what you're going to get as we track what's out to our west, back in and across the region. So that front still to our west, a few showers around, maybe a rumble of thunder. Again, northwest of St. Louis, we've already had gusts over 30 miles per hour. That wind will continue to kick up tonight. And if you're lucky enough in these areas northwest of St. Louis, where we do get some of those gusty breezes and stronger showers and maybe a rumble of thunder, you might get 1/4 of an inch of rain. But most of us will be lucky to get more than a few hundredths of an inch. This system's pretty fast moving, so by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, the front is through. Skies actually become partly cloudy now, and the chances for rain shifting farther east and southeast of St. Louis for tomorrow. So it's a breezy day, gusty winds, skies clearing, and the cooler air pushing in. So instead of in the 60s tomorrow, we're looking at highs that will be only in the 50s. Again, rainfall amounts very skimpy here, maybe 1/10 of an inch or so, and that would be about it. Tomorrow, we're up to 55. Most of the bi-state region, north and west of St. Louis, certainly is quiet. South and east, you have your chance for some active weather there, and that weather that's active keeps moving away on Sunday. But this is your cold day on Sunday, as temperatures will be only in the lower 40s. Right now, 57 degrees in St. Louis, 62 for the high temperature. We're pushing those temperatures back into the mid-50s. As we head into tomorrow, low 40s will do it for us on Sunday. Next week, temperatures at or above average again.
All right, so something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Scott, thank you much. That's it for your news at 10, but Corey Miller and Annie Krall are standing by with 5 on your sideline.